first pick of the entire draft is going to be the Kiana here for Tarzan. Okay, and we do have that Talia locked in here for T1. Faker's been the one doing a lot of heavy lifting for this team, so giving him the playmaking feels good. All right, we're on to the rim for game one in this quarterfinal, best of 5, AL versus T1 for the last spot in the semifinals and the opportunity to play top esports for a chance at the final. Down to 2,000 HP, Faker joins up with everybody. It's a 5v5. They go in immediately as Doran tries to lead the charge with the blast detonating smash, but he's only going to be beat down himself. A lot of damage on the Doran, but he is not down. Carry into the back line. The major engage from T1. Tarzan finds a supreme display of talent and making a 1-for-1 so far, but T1 have the health bars. Faker rides the Weaver's wall and carries him up to die into the back line, but Kyle falls. Tarzan falls. T1, they'll lose Carrier as Gumayusi fights back, and Shanks is on the run. Faker and Guma looking for a little bit more of a piercing arrow going over the wall, and Faker's ready to flash. Another rock is thrown, and Shanks is buried. Hope goes forward, but immediately Carrier is ready to try to respond here with the grand entrance. Hope tries to get over the wall. He sidesteps the seismic shove, but the damage from Owner is way too much. A big mistake from AL, and a bigger punish from T1. Tarzan goes in. Supreme display of talent under 3, but there is no follow-up. Tarzan has to try to flash away. Owner goes after him, but now he's trapped. Shanks with a little bit more damage kills off the T1 jungler. The Realm Warp's ready to go in, and Shanks wants another. The arrows fly out as Doran just to make sure the health bars stay topped off. Flandra marked on the side. Seismic shove onto the AL top laner. Chain CC on the Flandra. He's already down. T1 have found the pick. Supreme display of talent. Tries to hold the line, but into the back line goes Owner. Hope is being chased. Tarzan's being killed. Anyone's legend is being crushed as Shanks tries to fight back in a 1v4, but he'll get nothing but an epitaph as T1 kill 4 and take Soul. AL starting up the Elder Dragon now. T1 watching on, waiting for the rest of the team to approach. Elder Dragon down to about 1/2 HP. Hope taking a chunk of damage. Doran charging in. Weaver's wall over the top. Kyle's gonna be caught. A ton of burst onto the support of anyone's legend, and he's already down. T1 charge forward. Double killing Gumayusi. Pressure onto Tarzan. Triple kill Guma. AL are cut to pieces, and T1 holds the sword. Flandra's last to die, and ace for T1 will be the end of game one. Coming down for the Wukong level 3 gank potential here in the bottom lane. Carrier goes in with a dredge line. A lot of damage onto Kyle. He flashes away. Gumayusi flashes after. One more spinning axe is going to do it, but no! Hope denies. Looking for that public execution, and he finds it. Faker gets jumped on. Flandra going in, trying to proc the rebirth, and they get it. They've scrambled the egg, and there's the feat of warfare for anyone's legend. Bouncing through the wave to stop Gumayusi's back as Doran goes in from a ton of damage here with a Flandra. The public execution plus the flash to try to get away. Flash Electro Harpoon coming out. But no! She goes back over the wall. Tarzan kills Faker, and T1 is on the run. Carrier dredge lines back to safety as Shanks dives in beside Kyle. A double kill for Tarzan, and the Draven is dead again. Carrier jumps in here with the dredge line, finds Tarzan, but to no avail. Kyle jumps in with a point blank keeper's verdict. Shanks has arrived. They're looking at Gumayusi, and they find the taunt. Guma's already down. T1 are routed as they try moving into the enemy jungle now, and Kyle again just slams Owner into the wall, but now he's in danger. Tarzan and Kyle both so low, it's 2 dead on the AL side, but Hope is still alive. Faker flashes back over the wall, but Shanks is burning. Flandra caught in the middle of everyone. Anyone's legend have overplayed their hand, and T1 is ready to punish. You cannot make mistakes against T1 in playoffs. And the only remaining tier 3 throw, but over the wall goes Tarzan. Faker's got to try to stay safe into the back line. Public execution onto Faker. Redemption's not there in time. The egg has already been procced, but he will not be reborn. A kill onto Owner follows. AL's already found 2, and they want Gumayusi. Doran and Carrier will be next to die as T1 are wiped off of Summoner's Rift. Anyone's legend with a clean ace to win game 2. The Panda Warriors are coming alive in game 2 and showing that in Shanghai, this city... Faker walks too close to the brush. The a deadly flourish right after the EQ coming in from Tarzan. Faker still on the run. AL thinking about going further. There's your fate sealed. Shanks goes in. First blood over to Hope. Needed for Faker. T1 starting up the Drake. Have it down to half HP. Kyle, tempered fate, trying to save his jungler. Tarzan survives for now, but T1 is bringing everybody to the show. Doran in the middle of the Cataclysm. The stolen tempered fate. Tarzan's already down. Kyle's about to die. T1's found two. T1 trying to approach. Doran's going to be the point man. Trying to make his way in there as Gumayusi continues to throw bouncing bombs. Elder Dragon down to 3,000. Fate Seal cuts through, but the stasis is going to lock everybody up. Tarzan's going to be your focus. Mega Inferno Bomb over the top of the Elder is secured by anyone's legend. And they're continuing the fight. Faker is about to be executed as Doran falls too. Anyone's legend is murdering T1. Anyone's legend forces T1 to match point and takes game 3.
T1. They don't know Doran's here.
Yeah, Doran's still there. The call of the Forge God. The paranoia over the top. Hope tries to get away with the flash, but he's still caught up in the fear. He waits to use the cleanse. Hope locked up by the Ornn, but he gets enough distance. AL staying alive for Nay. T1 goes in. Gumayusi with a killer instinct, but Hope still lives underneath the turret. Doran's coming in with a bellows breath, and it's first blood over to Keria. Kyle tries to counterattack with Zenith Blade, but he does not have what he needs. Herald down to 4K. Claw hits 2, but Flandra can't get any closer. Owner wants to take the objective. Paranoia's already gone out. Herald secured by Owner as the Ornn Horn comes in, but only finds one. Keria locks up Hope. Gumayusi into the back line of the AL 80. Carry's already down. Owner tries to flash away. Doran in the middle of everybody, but Flandra barely stays alive. He should surely die right after the shield falls, and Owner kills him. Kyle's on the run. T1's on the hunt. Everybody on AL's dropping, and T1 are absolutely demolishing the LPL team. The guy, he flashes away. Guma flashes in. Carry with a 3-man Paw Blossom will seal the fate of anyone's legend. Guma with a triple. Guma with a quadra. Only Flandra stands. Gumayusi finally dies, but AL will die with him. T1 will not go quietly. They will force down the Nexus turret. They will move to the Nexus, and they will take us to Silver Scrapes.
This split. Oh, Tarzan though.
Tarzan with the Arctic Assault trying to get back into the now. Shanks could be the one under pressure, wants to fire back into the T1 lines. Owner flashing away, staying alive, but there's the Glacial Prison. Only connects under the tank, but Flandra's arrived into the fight. They fought too! Anyone's legend got exactly what they were looking for. Now AL moving in. They're going to start up the Otacon. TP ready to arrive from the T1 side. Otacon loses his patience. AL have to be a bit careful. Flandra here on the side. He's going to find Doran, who finds him. As now the Solar Snare finds Tarzan, and T1 are moving forward. They charm up the enemy jungler. Tarzan's already down, but Doran dies. Hope is excited, but where's the rest of the fight? Carry takes him out. Hope, Shanks, and Kyle trying to get away. Guma, Kyria, and Nexus moving forward. The Otacon, it's impatient. It is stolen away by Faker. Nexus turret's down to about half HP. Owner takes some burn. Tarzan takes more. T1, Flandra, but he gets some T1. Nexus, AFN, Doran can't do it. History is written by the victors. And yet again, T1 turns the page of the LPL. They will once again earn their place in the semifinals.